Welcome back everyone, Zaf here. In this video I'm going to show you how to beat the devs. That way you'll get up to 100k gold and also 3000 essence stones. And let me just tell you ahead of time, this dev event is not easy if you don't know what you're doing. So this essence stones reward will be up for grabs. Not everyone's going to beat the dev, so you should watch the full video. I'll go into depth on how you can beat it. It is very easy to do, so don't worry, anyone can do it. So with this event, they basically took one of the developers and had them show off their skills, and with that they're basically putting out a challenge, seeing if we can beat them. So as we go down here, we can see the event period, it lasts about a week, so try to do this as soon as possible of course. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and play the video on the post. We have to beat the devs, and I guess this is the dev we have to beat. Their nickname is National Level Developer, and they're part of Netmarble of course, they're part of the Neo Planning team, and also they're a balance lead, okay? Their experience seems very interesting. They were a first place player in the King of Fighters All-Stars Casual Time Attack, so they are a gamer by heart. Let's see them show off their skills. I want to see what they do. So they have a team set up here for the Battlefield of Time. It's a very interesting team. We know the boss is weak to wind elements, so they ended up putting a rare sword on that's A5. Okay, and also putting the SSR weapon that's a wind element as well. This weapon is okay, but there's really better options. They could have went with Westwind. That would have made things much easier, and I'll show you why. And their hunter choice is definitely interesting. They put here they want to prioritize wind attributes. Okay, I guess they could do that. It's certainly not terrible, but it's pretty bad. I'm curious what time they're gonna get. And actually from here we can see they get 115. That's actually a good time with this setup. I'm thoroughly impressed, but let's see if that happens. And they also only have one blessing stone. Okay, well they are level 50, so they can only equip one, but it is a dev account of course, so they probably can do up to 4. But everything here seems standard except for this here. They went half strength, half agility, but they did mention earlier that this was a pre-recorded video. This was recorded before the global release, so they have a bit of a different setup. That's perfectly fine. Their skills though are very solid. Their stats not so much. You want to go all strength and precision. So with their skills, they went with Dev Stance, of course, that's perfect. They went with the Wind Element, and this skill you can use 3 times with this rune. That's actually one of the best choices for this event, and I'll show you why. And for the next skill, they went with Commander's Touch. This is ideal. You do need it to beat all the mobs for this event. Again, I'll show you in a moment. So they're going to run the event in the second year, and oh, very nice setup. Those are solid monitors, I can tell. It says here the disclaimer, this content was filmed while the game was in development, and play may differ slightly from the actual live server, so that's perfectly fine. Everything does seem normal. So they're gonna rush in and they're gonna dash twice. You probably don't want to do that. I'll show you why. You'll have an enemy over here and they all won't be sucked in. This stage should take you under 7 seconds to do. So right now they're being a little inefficient. This boss will pop up. Okay, they're dealing damage to it. They did rush it and I don't recommend that, and I'll show you in a bit why. So they're going to counterattack in honestly pretty good time so far. 22 seconds isn't bad. They did solid work there, okay? And we're going to fight the shaman. What are they going to do? They're going to rush in and dodge that attack. Okay, they did shadow step, that's fine. And yeah, they're just dishing out damage, making sure to get the most out of that defense debuff. They're using their hunters, a lot of break being applied. So I guess their goal is to break it, but they should be doing as much damage as possible before the shaman has a chance to dish out its shield and that totem thing that is so annoying. But obviously with my guide you won't get to that point, I'll show you. But yeah, they're actually doing pretty good work so far. I'm really surprised. They probably should have changed their shout order, putting Ingress ahead, but again, it's pre-development, so it's not the global release, and yeah, they're doing a lot of damage. I don't know if things got buffed pre-release or they got nerfed post-release, because his damage does seem really high. Honestly, a very impressive run. 1 minute and 17 seconds of the build he had. It's obviously not the best, we can always do better, but that's not a bad time. I'm 100% certain a lot of people are going to have troubles with this time. They're not going to manage getting this. That means the 3000 Essence Stone reward will really be up for grabs. So let's go over how you can basically beat the event and beat the dev, because their time is easy for us to beat. That's why you watch these videos. videos to know how you can maximize on your damage. So you do have to unlock the battlefield time to do this, of course. We're doing the first event, that's the Almighty Shaman, and as you can see, my time isn't listed here because I just did the event for the first time today. I basically did my first run a few minutes ago just to see what the event is like, and obviously we beat the dev. It wasn't too hard to do. We would be ranked 3rd in my server. The only reason why this time isn't here is because I just did it. These are yesterday's ranks, so tomorrow my ranking will be here. But anyways, I'll show you what my build is. It's a very simple build, and don't worry about my hunters, you can use a variety of hunters out there. So with my weapon I did go with Scythe, and I went with Westwind, and I'll explain why. So Scythe is actually a very strong skill. It basically nukes when you hold down the skill, which is exactly what we need for this event. And it does have a bit of AoE if you need it in the beginning, but you shouldn't, and I'll show you why. Westwind is absolutely cranked for this event. Not only on the Shaman boss, but it'll clear the entire mob in the beginning. It'll take you about 7 seconds to deal with all the mobs, and that is because of our skill choices. Let me just quickly go here. So with our skills, just like the devs, we went with Commander's Touch, and we went with the Black Hole Rune. It does stack up damage as you suck in more enemies, so there's plenty of them in this round, meaning we'll get the maximum damage boost. I'll show you how this all works, and we also went with Death Stance. We went with the Wind attribute, just because it can be used 3 times and it is useful, but don't worry if you don't have the rune, you can use any of the other ones as well. You do need a skill though because of the dash. It is useful. You can use your regular evasion, but that wouldn't be efficient. You need it for the boss run. But anyways, let's just jump right into it. And for your blessing stones, of course, maximize your blessing stones. I have one of these ones. They'll do the most damage for me. You obviously won't have all of these, but just look around and put on the best ones you have. So let's go to the battlefield time, and I'm just going to show you how the first round works, and then I'll show you the full battle. So as you jump in, you'll be greeted with a bunch of mobs, and actually before I forget, the reason why I went with these hunters is because they all provide buffs. Libora is perfect, her charm does suck in the shaman, and we also have Min as well. They provide a buff. Let me actually just show you here so it all makes sense. If we go to their support skill, it increases their damage taken by 15%. Same with Cha. They increase your crit damage and crit rate by 12%. It is very needed. And Libora also does the same thing as Min. Her support skill provides a 15% damage boost, and also removing any debuffs and charming the enemies, so it is very useful for the shaman. But if you don't have these units, and if you don't have any buffers at all, you might want to go for break units. So Yunhu, Emma, Jiwoo, even going for Jinho would be fine. And also Chul if you need them. Basically any breakers you can put on your team. You can also go for debuff units as well. Choi does provide a debuff, so you basically want to stack up your hunters, so that way when you fight the shaman, you can burst them down very quickly, otherwise you'll have a very long battle, and with the shaman, those long battles are going to suck because, well, he keeps putting disruptions on the field, making it almost impossible to beat him if you don't do it in the initial burst. So anyways, this is what I'm going to go for. Your levels don't really matter for this event, so don't worry. This is our team, and obviously want to go Vigorous. He'll provide us bonus crit with his Shadow Authority, which is listed here, 4%. So let's just jump in. I'll show you exactly what you need to do, step by step. Anyone can do this, so I'll try to explain the best I can. So when you first load in, you want to basically start running forward, make sure it's in a straight line, and once you do that, you do your first dash, and then once you dash, you want to use your skill, so use it to dash forward one more time, and once you do that, you want to use your Commander's Touch. Make sure it's in the middle here. If it goes to the side, it won't work, so make sure when you use it, it goes straight down the middle. So there we go. It's sucking in all the mobs. That's exactly what we want to see. Now just wait a little bit. As you see the next mobs being sucked in the background, they will walk towards you. You want to start charging up your Westwind. That is because Westwind will basically do AoE damage, and it'll also provide us the boost in damage that comes from the passive. So watch as everyone gets sucked in, Westwind goes off, and we got a perfect clear. This will take you around 6 to 7 seconds, depending on how perfectly you can do it. Now with this next enemy here, basically the moment it spawns in, you want to start running towards it. Don't dash, there's no rush. Just wait for it and it'll start charging up its leap. Its leap is very easy to dodge, so as he jumps up in the air, basically be ready to dodge. Once he's in the air, you should be ready to just dash forward, and it's an easy extreme evasion. Next, you want to use your Shadow Step, bring down their defense. this is where you're going to use your skills. Do not use your scythe. The reason why you don't want to use your scythe here is because the ability pulls off. Let me just show you. So I'm using my skills, getting in a little bit of damage, and I back off. The reason why I dodge is because of this ability here. It causes a disruption and it will knock us back, meaning we won't get the full scythe off. And with your scythe, don't forget, you want to hold down the skill, otherwise you won't get the full damage. So hold down your scythe skill, and you'll see here, we absolutely melt the boss. And one thing I do want to remind you is to turn off the auto camera. Make sure it is manual, otherwise your scythe can miss since you're hugging the enemy. So you see here, we're going to get the full ability off, and boom, completely melted. This should take you under 20 seconds, so we're going to jump into the shaman. The shaman is where things get very, very tough. You're going to have to be able to spam a bunch of skills and hunters all at the same time. So when you first start out, you just want to dash towards the shaman. You want to activate one of your hunters, so Libra in my case, and you also want to activate your shadows. Do this all at once, it's very hard. So you saw there, we activated Libra, we activated our shadow, and now we're hugging the shaman. We are ready to dodge. You want to look under your feet. Do you see the ring? It's very hard to see. So as the inner ring is slowly approaching, let me just rewind it for you so you can see. So as the inner ring is slowly approaching, you want to be ready. You want to dodge at around this point, so always look down at your feet. So get ready to dodge. And while you're getting ready, you should also be using your hunters. This is probably a very hard thing to do since you're trying to manage your dodge here while also using your attacks. So it's okay if you miss one of your hunters, it happens to me as well. So get ready to dodge, and boom, a very easy extreme evasion. So once you get that extreme evasion off, you want to get ready with your shadow step and also get your west wind ready. And as you do that, make sure you use your hunters, that way your damage is buffed. So we're going to do exactly that. Our shadow step just came up, we're going to use it, and the defense debuff is now kicking in. So we can go ahead and use one of our hunters. This will give us a damage boost, and we're going to charge up west wind here. This will do a large chunk, and you saw there, we got at least 30% of their HP. That's because we have all these damage bonuses applied. Again, very, very easy to do. You just have to make sure all your buffs apply, your damage debuffs, and your hunter bonuses. So don't miss that. And as this notice comes up here, the shaman is about to use another skill. You can see the ring slowly edging out. So as it approaches this ring here, you want to use your extreme evasion. It'll be easy to do, and boom, you saw there, we use extreme evasion. So now you can just start plowing on damage onto the shaman. Very simple to do. Now it is very easy for the shaman to hit you here. Don't worry if that happens, the run is not over. That's because the shaman is about to spam a bunch of skills, so watch here. As his aura or his conqueror's hockey is about to come out, we're going to get ready to dodge. Be very ready for this. Practice will make perfect. This comes by very fast. It's one of the harder rings to see. And boom, you saw how fast that came by. So get your extreme evasion ready as fast as you can. Again, there is a chance he's going to hit you. Don't worry if that happens. You can always continue or reset the run. So we're going to dodge that. And there's another skill you can actually dodge as well coming up, but that's fine. So after you dodge the initial burst, we're going to get our shadow step ready. As it does come up here, you're going to use your shadow step, and depending on what weapon you went for, we went with the scythe. So we're going to completely nuke the shaman. You'll see here as we use it, the shaman's HP is going down so fast, but then we got hit. So that is one thing you need to watch out for. If you're using the scythe, you have a very easy chance of getting hit. That is one of the harder skills to dodge the shaman does put out. So don't worry, the run is not over. We're going to use our west wind here, and you should use your hunters, don't forget. Get that damage in. Obviously, I don't think I do it here, completely forgot. So my run would have been way quicker. That's why you always want to make sure you're using your hunters, but that's perfectly fine if you don't. We still get a good run off, and we got 59 seconds. So yeah, not too bad there. That's essentially how you can beat the shaman. We get third place, but we would have gotten a higher ranking, I'm pretty sure. We managed to beat Dirty, but I am very thankful for that. So yeah, a very easy run. This person is super pay to win on our server. They didn't even need Westwind to beat it. But yeah, overall the shaman is pretty simple to beat. You do need a bit of practice. You're not going to get it right away. The first stage takes about 5 to 10 minutes to get down, but the shaman stage is a bit harder. You do have to spam all your hunters, spam your shadow, get your dodges off, extreme evasion, shadow step, everything all at once. It is not easy to do, so don't sweat it. You'll get the hang of it. Thankfully, with my build, you don't really need that much damage to really get it off. My Westwind is only level 60 or under, so it's super easy to do. And yeah, my Westwind is level 65, so hopefully this helped. Go with these stats, don't copy the dev. These stats are ideal for this event and all other events, basically all content. This is what your stats should be. I have a stats video if you want to check it out. It goes into more depth on why that is. And just jumping back to the event page, you do have to follow the events. You have to take a video or image of the gameplay, share the video or image on social media, and also submit the link to the SNS post register through the forum survey. So the survey is here. Just do all that and you're guaranteed 100k gold. And if you follow our guide, you have a very good shot at the 3000 essence stones. The shaman is nothing you should be afraid of. You'll definitely be able to be the boss, and you don't need any hacks to do it. Again, they had a huge ban wave earlier. They banned around 26,000 individuals. Yeah, 26,000. So don't cheat just for this event. If you follow my guide, you'll be more than able to beat it. So yeah, that was everything for today's video. If you have yet to support us on Netmarbles page, please do so. We have 1,271 supporters so far. We are number 2 in the supporter ranking, and I'm sure as we get more supporters, the devs will realize we have a solid channel going on. So the more supporters that come in, the greater the odds the devs will give us some free rewards, so that is what I'm hoping for. And our creator ranking is number 6. I did become a creator for Netmarble very late, so that's why we're only 6th. We'll just climb up the rankings, don't worry, and we will for sure take that top 3 spot. And if you're on the support streak, your name will be listed here, as long as you do change your nicknames to do that. I will give out these supporters a shout out, so thank you Skeet and thank you Kurobro for the continued support and everyone else as well. So if you enjoyed, drop a like, be subscribed to the channel, and drop a comment if you enjoyed, and if you have any questions or input. This is Zaf signing out.